WCW was a strange organization. In their 12.5 years of existence, it had no fewer than 3 World Championships. Their historical association with the NWA led them to showcase the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, and later on, the WCW International Championship. But it's the WCW World Heavyweight Championship that holds a lot of good and bad history. This week, our crack trivia team will guide you through all of the world champions in the 1990s of World Championship Wrestling. Now, we're not going to look at each reign, however, we are going to look at each champion.
We start with the greatest WCW champion of all time, Ric Flair, who is the first WCW champion. Flair would hold the belt 7 times overall in the 90s, with 2 of those reigns being disputed. During this time, he would also unify the WCW Championship with the WCW International Championship, and would hold the iconic big gold belt.
Don't want to be like the name survive!
Flair left WCW for the WWF in mid-July, and a match was set up between the number 1 contender Lex Luger and number 2 contender Barry Windham. Luger would win the first of his 2 world championships in a match that was not fondly remembered by the WCW fanbase.
It's total package time. It's a new era, and you're looking at it right here.
On Leap Day 1992, WCW icon Sting would dethrone Luger, winning the first of his 6 reigns in the decade. He would lose the championship to Big Van Vader, who would hold the belt 3 times, although a disputed reign of the British Bulldog is sandwiched in his 2nd and 3rd reigns.
This is professional wrestling. You're 1-0. Let's get it on, brother. Ah!
History was made in August of 1992, where Ron Simmons would become the first recognized African-American world champion with his one and only reign with the belt.
Yes, I am the world heavyweight champion now. You were robbed. No, you were beat.
After bouncing around some familiar faces, in 1994 the belt would end up in the hands of Hulk Hogan, who would hold the belt for 6 reigns and a combined 1177 days, or 3.2 years. During this time, he would work as Hulk and Hollywood Hogan to mix results.
The name Hulk Hogan, the man Hulk Hogan, got bigger than the whole organization, brother.
Hogan would drop the belt to the Giant in 1995 in the Giant's debut match. The Giant would hold the belt twice, but his first had a little help from his Dungeon of Doom counterparts.
My night is tonight. You will get yours like you never got it before.
Former WWF champion Randy Savage was the next man to hold the gold in 1996. For the first of his 4 reigns as champion, sadly were all unremarkable. You would have to wait 2 years before a new man held the title. But in 1998, WCW would hand the undefeated Goldberg his first and only reign as WCW champion.
Payback time. And I don't care who I have to destroy.
Former WWF champion Kevin Nash would controversially defeat Goldberg later in the year for the first of his 2 reigns with the title in the 1990s. Sadly, his first reign would end with Hulk Hogan giving him the finger.
He took out your knee. I'm gonna break his back when the time is right.
WCW would place the belt on homegrown star DDP for the first of his 2 reigns.
You are gonna feel the best!
Followed by one of the greatest of all time, Bret Hart, winning the belt twice by the end of the decade.
You're gonna be excellently executed by the Hitman, like it or love it.
Overall, 12 men had a combined 36 reigns as WCW champions in the 1990s. How does that compare to WWF? Let's find out next week.